guys, and welcome back to Didi's and Quita's Chatterbox. It's your girl Didi. As y'all can tell, Didi is by herself. So y'all, excuse how I look. Just came back from the fair and we went eat out. Y'all have fun. But y'all been wanting to do this video. So this is my story time on my past. But it was my past. So I just want to spread awareness out to the people that are in this situation or have been in that situation and they didn't know how to overcome it, or they're still overcoming it and they don't know how to process this. This is a story time for you because I'm going to be letting y'all know everything that happened. So also, y'all see this? This is a rough draft. I have 6 chapters already. This is a rough draft of my book that I want to publish one day. To share my story to the world and let them know how to overcome it. So if that person's in that position, y'all could learn something from this. So before I even start reading this, a little backstory before I get into it. I was molested by my biological mom's ex-boyfriend. He molested me for 5 years. I wasn't in contact with my dad, got in contact with my dad. But mind y'all, I told my biological mom multiple times what he was doing and she didn't do anything about it. So I got in contact with my dad and my mom got me out of that situation, and I'm living my best life as I should. So yeah, her ex-boyfriend got 30 years in prison. But he was on the run for 9 months, but they got him and he got 30 years in prison. So you guys, if y'all see me looking down, I'm reading my rough draft. Now I'm gonna be stopping because some parts, because I did reread it before I even started filming this video. Some parts I did, like some little things I did leave out, but I will be putting that in there. Okay, so I'll be reading, but when I'm gonna look up, I'm gonna be like, okay, wait, this is what I forgot to put down here, so I can let y'all know. Okay, so I'm gonna start, you guys. Chapter 1. When I was a little girl, I was the happiest baby. Me and my mom, we did everything together. She was like my best friend until I turned 8 years old. She started to have a relationship with this man. Well, with this man that she met at Walmart, because she used to work at Walmart. She stopped doing things with me to be with her boyfriend, and she never had time for me anymore. I just thought it was going to be a 1-year thing because all her boyfriends she had, they never lasted that long. After a year passed, they were still together. She told me to call him dad because he was not going anywhere. I really didn't like him because he would look at me like he wanted to do something to me, and I told my mom about it, but she never did anything. 2 months after my 9th birthday, she told me that she was pregnant. And I didn't know what to do. All I knew was that I didn't like that I wasn't going to be the only child anymore, and I didn't like that. But I let it go because my mom was happy, and if she was happy, then I was too. While she was pregnant, she found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her with his ex-wife, and his ex-wife was also pregnant with his child. My mom was so upset. When he came home from work, she went off on him and he told her to stop, but she didn't. And he hit her for the first time in front of me. So I started crying because I didn't know what to do after he hit her. He went outside to go for a walk, and when he left, When he left out the door, my mom called the police. When he came back in the house, he heard her on the phone and he started to beat her while she was on the phone with the cop. When she was on the phone with 911 and the cops heard everything. They finally came and took him away. I felt so bad for my mom, and I hated him for what he did to her. I asked her if she was going to leave him, and she said yes. I felt so happy. But then 3 days later, she went get him out of jail, and she told him she was sorry for calling the cops on him. Gonna pause that real quick. You guys, that was the terrible feeling I have ever felt. Okay. Because it's like, he hit you and you still wanted to be with him? Okay. I started crying because she had just told me that she was leaving him, but then there he was, sitting in the same car as us, happy that he's not in jail. Like, what's wrong with my mom? Nobody should ever put their hands on a woman, especially if she's being disrespectful. Guys, I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. That's just it just don't sit right with me. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm getting like a little triggers because it's like me reading this, like I'm picturing, like I'm going back into my head of how I was feeling. So excuse me. So my question was, why was she letting him hit her? Like, why? Like, you love that man so much to the point where if he would hit you, you still wouldn't leave? I didn't even know who she was, because right then and there, it's like, you always told me to never let a man put their hands on you, and if they did, that you know, to leave. But now that you're in a situation like that, you still stayed. She told me she couldn't live without him, and she was in love with him, and he didn't mean to put his hands on her, and she should have never called the cops on him. I was 9 and I knew that wasn't right, and she needed to leave him, but she didn't listen to me or his mom when we told her. Now, mind you, his mom didn't like me at all, and I'm a 9-year-old child. Like, I don't get it. But she didn't like me, and she didn't like my biological mom either. So whenever she found out that her son hit her, she was like, well, then you need to leave him then. But did she leave him? No. But she didn't listen to me or his mom when we told her. Oh, okay, so after this, now mind you, when I said that she was pregnant, she was still pregnant with my baby brother at the time of these beatings. But get this, she was pregnant with twins. Yeah. The babies were okay until my mom started smoking because of him, because she was stressing. But the thing is, she was having twins. But when she started smoking, she lost one. Now, this right here, I didn't put the other reason why she lost them. She didn't lose the twin by just smoking. He also beat her because he found out that she was smoking. So with him finding out that, he beat her to the point where she was bleeding and she had to go to the hospital, and they only found one heartbeat. So I told her to stop, but she didn't listen to me. After he found out, he started to beat her more and more. Yeah, like after Excuse. Yeah, guys, excuse me. That was my brother here had opened the door. But the thing was, after he found out that she lost the twin, he beat her even more. Which my thing is, you're the reason why she lost the baby, and you're gonna beat her again to lose the other one. She still didn't leave him. I had to go live with my aunt and uncle for 2 weeks because my mom had to stay in the hospital for my baby brother, which I did. Had to go stay with them for 2 weeks, and then during that time they had a hurricane that had hit, so I had to stay there even longer. But there was a period of time that I did have to go stay with my aunt and uncle for like a year to do school, because when my mom met him, we was staying with my grandmother, and then they ended up getting a place together. We went to the place, and then she ended up losing the house. We got evicted, I think. I'm not even sure. I didn't even know what was going on. So my grandma, no, not even my grandma, he didn't want to go live with my grandma, so she and him went straight to his mom's house, but I wasn't allowed to be there because they didn't have a car to bring me back and forth to school. Which my thing is, they did have a car. I just think I wasn't allowed there because his mom didn't like me. But it was whatever. So I had to go stay with my aunt and uncle for a year to finish school. And then they finally, like after the year had let out, they finally got their place, and then I was able to go. But I would go spend like weekends over there. Okay, you guys. Back to the thing. Okay, so after my brother was born, after he was born, that's when I had to go. Oh, after he was born, everything went back to normal. It was when like it got back to normal. Like they was like how they first got into a relationship together. Like they was all lovey-dovey. Like after she had the baby, like it went back to that without him beating on her and stuff. Only because when she had my baby brother, that's right, she couldn't stop bleeding and she almost lost her life. She did. Y'all. Kind of forgot about that. She had to stay in the hospital for a long time. I think she was hemorrhaging. I think that's what it's called. But she pulled through. A year goes by with everything going good. I was happy to have a brother, but my mom couldn't work for a long time. Only her boyfriend was working, and he lost his job, and they couldn't pay for rent. And they had to go live with his mom. You see, that's what it was. But no, I had got that mixed up because they had to go live with his mom when she was pregnant. Because my brother wasn't even... She was still pregnant for him. Okay. I hated that we didn't have a home anymore because of him. His mom didn't like me or my mom for nothing. I never did her anything. I only stayed there for 2 weeks, and she told my mom I couldn't stay there and I had to leave. Yep, she showed it. She showed it. That's why I had to go live with my aunt and uncle. But they supposedly said that I had to go live with them because they told my aunt and uncle that I couldn't stay there because I didn't have transportation to school. That's why I had to go stay over there, but that wasn't the truth. It was because his mom kicked me out because she didn't want me there. And I didn't even do nothing. I'm a 9-year-old child. I felt like she didn't want me anymore. And she didn't love me because she sent me away. But I didn't know his mom told my mom that because she seen she seen the way he would look at me, and she didn't like it. She was only trying to save me. So I thought. I had just turned 10, and my mom had got us a place to stay. So I went back with her because I missed her so much. But the only thing I really didn't like was that when I would be off of school, I would have to babysit. My mom would go to work around 6 a.m. and when she was about to leave, she would come get me and tell me to go in the bed with my brother because he was only 1 year old. One day, when I was half asleep in their room, guys, I'm gonna pause right there. I'm just gonna let you know this is where the molesting started to happen. So if you hear me pause, I apologize, because I don't want to, start crying. Okay. One day I was half asleep. Her boyfriend came in the room and started to hump me. I got up and asked him what he was doing, and he said nothing. I called my mom and told her what happened. So she came home and talked to him and asked him about it, and he said I was lying, and she believed him over me. Yep, that was the first time I told her, and she didn't believe me. He said that he was loving on me, like cuddling or whatever, but you're a grown man. I'm 10 years old. What are you doing? You knew what you was doing. At that age, I knew what you was doing. I'm not crazy. I know what you did. And for her to believe him over me was crazy, because it's like, did you just say that you believed him because you didn't want to get beat? Or because you were scared that he was going to leave? Guys, I don't know. But that's the end of chapter 1. I will be doing a part 2 for chapter 2. I'm sorry I had to cut this video short, because you guys, I'm getting trauma, like it's coming back to me, and I'm not about to push myself. I think that was, all for tonight. So you guys, if y'all want a part 2, y'all please like, comment, share, subscribe. This video will be dropping tonight, and hopefully I will be able to do you guys a part 2 tomorrow, because it's already late. But yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I didn't cry reading that, because it's like, you guys, it's traumatizing. And I know I'm smiling and like going back over what I'm saying, but it's just like, I have to do that because it's like, I don't want to just be sitting here and crying and like, I don't know. I feel like I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I just don't want to show you that, but I know my limits on when to stop, because sometimes when I rethink that, and when I read that so I could finish, that's why I'm not finished with it. That's why it's my rough draft, because it's like every time when I try to go back and write more is very traumatic for me. And it's like I get into my little bubble where it's like I don't want to be around nobody, because it's just like I need to, collect myself and be like, okay, I'm okay. I'm not in that situation no more. I'm in a good place. Like, I keep having to tell myself that, like, you guys, I'm pretty sure after I'm done with this video, I'm not gonna want to talk. So I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm kind of, getting flashbacks and trying not to cry, and that's why I'm smiling. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But before you go, you guys, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and please go subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel, Juiceland Paranormal TV, and his personal channel is Juiceland TV. And also, don't forget to go subscribe to Living It Up with the Johnsons, our family channel. So, you guys, that's it for tonight. Yeah, I love you guys, and you guys stay safe, and y'all stay tuned for part 2.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.